Hello. In this video, we're going to go over how to set up a React app using Vite. You may have used Create React App in the past. That is largely going by the wayside as Vite is a much faster alternative. And it's a more adaptive alternative, but honestly, we won't be using too much of that. Most of this will be done in the terminal. There's a couple of different ways to run this same command I'm about to run. I'm going to stick with the way that I'm going to run it, and you will be able to run it the same so long as you have Node and npm installed on your machine, which if you don't, go over and get that set up right now. I'm going to run npm create vite at latest dot. This command is going to run the npm software, give it the command of create, tell it I want you to kick up a Vite app, and I want you to use the latest version of the library that will be responsible for creating a Vite app, and I would like you to tell that library to start in this directory, to kick up this new Vite app inside of the directory that I'm currently in, which is the React setup Vite for this video. I'll hit enter, let it do its thing. Ignore that, that's an experimental thing that's going on right now. And you can see this is the adaptive part that I was talking about. It's pretty comprehensive. It allows you to kick up a vanilla JavaScript project, a Vue project, a React project, a Preact project, which if you haven't checked out Preact, now is as good a time as any. Lit, Svelte, Solid, Quick, Angular, and apparently others. So this has grown last time I paid attention to the list, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go ahead and use the arrow keys. Going to press down arrow twice to get to my React option here and hit enter. Then I get to select a variant. I can use TypeScript or JavaScript. You go ahead and use whichever one you're going to use. I'm going to go with JavaScript. There's also this SWC, which is it's a compiler of some sort. It's meant to be faster. It's experimental at the moment. If you want to dive into it, dive into it. I'm going to go ahead and use JavaScript for simplicity's sake. And there we go. Boom. The files, including the git ignore, are already here and ready to go. The thing that's missing, as you might tell, is the node_modules directory, but it tells you, hey, I scaffolded the project into that directory you told me to, this React with JavaScript project. Now go ahead and run npm install and npm run dev. I'm going to run npm I because I'm stubborn that way, and it's the alias to npm install, so it's the exact same command. That will go through, dive into our package.json, of course, grab our dependencies and our dev dependencies, and install them inside of the node_modules directory. Give it a second to do its thing. There it popped up. And there we go. So now I have my node modules directory with all of these dependencies and all of their dependencies and all their dependencies. We don't care about that. In fact, that's why it's inside of this .gitignore. We need it in order to run the application, in order to develop the application, but we aren't going to commit it because anytime anybody needs to go get those, of course, we can run that npm I, and with those dependencies listed inside of our package.json, it'll do exactly what it just did and rebuild the node_modules directory. Now with that, I would like to go over and kick up my app to take a look at it. That was the second command that they had us run here, npm run dev. Let's pop into the package.json. Inside of our script, so we can see there's a dev script. It's going to run Vite. Okay, let's take a step back real quick. Well, let's npm run dev. That'll start up a Vite dev server, typically at localhost 5173. If it sees that 5173 is in use, it will move to 5174 and so on. Let's go ahead and get this up here so I can pop into there and oh, boilerplate. There it is. Here's our boilerplate. It has a brief setup, including the logos for both Vite and React. It's got a button to demonstrate how state works inside of React. It's got its count and set count and a button that increases that count as it goes on. Bunch of HTML inside of here. It's got an index.html that has the title of Vite plus React, so it shows up inside of here. It's even got a favicon that pops up, I think from here. Yeah, index.html, the favicon is currently tied to vite.svg, which is being served out of the public folder. But what kicked this up? When I ran that npm create vite at latest dot, what was that? What was that? Well, if we head over to npm and look up create vite, this package here is what kicked this up. Whenever you run npm create, it's essentially npx create dash and then whatever you put after that. So it's looking for a package on npm that starts with create dash and ends with whatever you put after it. So we put npm create vite at latest dot, and we might as well have run npx create dash vite, which is the name of this library that's over here, at latest to grab the latest version dot. These would be functionally identical, I'm pretty sure. Why not? Let's go over and yep, the exact same workflow. And inside of my demo directory, I now have another setup. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that because that's a little silly, but I've just proven a point on that. So npm create is just a handy dandy way to run anything that starts with create dash. It established a standard where any library that wants to go over and make it easy to set up a particular type of project can just call itself create dash, whatever type of project that it's trying to set up. And that's how to set up a React app using Vite. Now you can go over and you can develop as you choose. You can go over and make your components in the source directory. You can put static files inside the public directory. You can put your CSS, import it, whatever you want to do, just like you would have with Create React App, but it's a bit faster. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. And if you would like a one-on-one session on how to set up a React app using Vite, go ahead and check out the link in the description.